Hello, 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 hello. So today's episode of Rides and Vibes, we'll have 57 Freddy. So 57 Freddy is like actually one of in our car culture, one of the baddest car builders there are. He also builds uh a lot of Rick Ross's cars, and he's also having a car show with Rick Ross at the Promised Land at his house. And that show is May 21st. So, um, in the spirit of this being the first annual Promised Land car show, Freddie has agreed to come on and sit down and talk with us about a lot of the things for the show. All you guys' questions. You guys had some really good questions, so we'll get them all answered for you. So I saw Freddie just join, so I'll go ahead and bring him on. Hey there.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good, good.
So first I want to tell you thank you for sitting down and agreeing to answer the fans' questions. I know you're extremely busy trying to get ready for everything.
A lot of work. Yeah, a lot of work.
Listen, so let me ask you first of all, did you think it was going to be this much work?
Nah, be honest with you, we've been talking about this for like, I would say like 5 years. And
Mm-hmm.
one day we were just eating dinner and the question got asked, and the way that he kind of just told me about it, like I felt like he was like jabbing me about it.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get your ass. So I called his sister the next day. I figured out the schedule. I found out a break where it kind of fit where I wanted to do. I made a flyer. The next day I threw it up. The following morning, he just called me early, bro. Like, what are you doing? What's up with my schedule? And I was like, yo, I already got it. I spoke to your sister. Everything's good. And he was like, all right, bet. Hung up the phone, and 2 seconds later, he started posting it. So it was
Oh man. Well, that's pretty dope to have friends that like first of all, like you guys are that close that you could just be like, "Hey, we doing this and we doing it."
yeah, it's been it's not easy working with him, but I manage. You know what I'm saying?
So for those people that don't know you that are joining, tell us how you got into cars and how long you've actually been customizing cars.
Um, this started out like at a young age. My uncles and my dads, these dudes were into motorcycles and cars, and they were just heavy into it. So I guess just by nature, um, I kind of sorry,
Oh, you good?
kind of fell into it, and like 14, 15, I bought my first car, started playing with it, and then I kind of fell into like the low riding stuff. I kind of fell in love with that, and I figured the cars that I was trying to do wasn't working, so I jumped into like the Palas, the 60s and stuff like that, and it started from there. So I've been doing it. I've been playing with cars since I was like 14 years old. I'm 45 now, so
Oh man. So you've been at this thing for a long time.
yeah, a very long time.
Okay. So that was my question. So I'll get right into the fans' questions. Um, the first question is a pretty good one, and they wanted to know what made you go with the Promised Land with choosing the location for the car show.
Um, I like when I go there, it's crazy because you see people pull up to the house and they'll just stop at the gate and they'll take pictures. And I always seem like it's like a tour site.
Right.
So, and he even said, he's like, bro, it's not gonna cost us anything. I already own the land, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
people already want to come here. They want to pass those gates. Why not just do it here? So we
Right.
figured it'll just be kind of smart. People get to just walk up to the house and see the house. The house is impressive. It's a very big house and a lot of land. He has a lot of stuff going on there that a lot of people, as much TV as he does and all the shows that we've done for TV, it doesn't capture not even an eighth of what that property is. So figure people come in and just get to enjoy and see how this guy's living.
That's dope. So in reference to someone wants to know when building an old school car, what are the first 10 steps you take and why?
10. All right. So first, if it's for me, um, I don't have steps. I'm just gonna go with it. But when you're building for somebody else, you got to be able to communicate with this guy. Sometimes I've learned that all money is not always good. So I've turned down more jobs than the cars that I've ever built. You know, people come to me, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And when I start talking to them and I ask them a couple questions here and there, and I see that they start to like buckle or then I'm not the guy for you. So I'll tend to pull away. But in other circumstances, when it does go well, then you know I vibe with the dude. If we vibe in it and we're on the same page, we go from there. We find the car. We set. I never give customers a solid estimate on restoration. A lot of these shops, they bind themselves to a certain number,
Right.
and there's no thing as two cars. You can build a 71. Let's say hypothetically speaking, you can build a 71 identical to the next man's car, and both builds price-wise will never be the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes these guys, I always let them know, like, listen, I'll just give you an estimate with a 20% markup or a 20% deduction. I'll give them a roundabout. Find the car, break down the car, order parts, stuff like that, you know?
Listen, as a person who has built old school cars, I built one with my brother, and I built two with an ex. And I'm just doing my first one by myself. If anybody on here has never built a car, first thing, expect to go way over budget, because I did. And the next thing is, expect to get some gray hairs. Because I swear, it's so like, I have to respect right. I have to respect the guys like you and, you know, my guy who did all the work to get all that rust out of my car, College Park Customs. Like, I have to respect guys and ladies, because some ladies actually have shops. I have to respect y'all. Like, I got to see firsthand what it looks like. And I gotta respect y'all. Y'all like, that's dope.
Yeah.
Did the sound went out. Oh, your sound went out for a second. I think his sound went out, so he might have went out and came back in. Let me see. Maybe I can bring him back. Freddie, if you're back on, send a request, because I can't see you. I'm just waiting for Freddie to get back on. There he is. Okay, I can hear you now.
Try this again.
Yeah. So, like I said, I gotta respect you guys. It's crazy what y'all do.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Sorry.
Are you ever like, you know what? I'm done with this. I can't do it anymore.
Actually, I'm retired, to be honest with you. Better organized.
You say you retired?
Yeah, I actually closed my shop last February. Yeah, after 21 years of doing it professionally. I closed down my shop. I bought a home with like a lot of land, and I'm built like just a small facility to cater to like my smaller, you know, my really good clients, and just, I do it for fun. I'm not even doing it for the money anymore. I kind of felt like I already did it all. You already did it all.
You already did it all?
Yeah, and I kind of, I'm already getting older. I want to just do different stuff. I want to do the corporate part of it with Ross. I believe Ross belongs on TV. He belongs doing these commercials. So kind of want to help him with these brands and trying to get him these endorsements and stuff.
So, people had questions about the pricing. So one of the questions was, initially when you guys decided you were going to have the car show, Ross said that he wanted to make sure that everybody could come, like no matter what stage you were in your build, no matter where you were, everyone was welcome. But then people kind of felt like the prices didn't necessarily reflect that, because some people can't really afford to pay all that money, especially if they're just, maybe for lack of a better way to say it, 9 to 5 working people that still want to attend.
I think the people misunderstood what he was trying to say. What he was trying to say is, as far as the cars are concerned, it didn't matter what kind of stage your car was in. If you guys were willing to come, he will welcome you with open arms.
Gotcha.
As far as the pricing is concerned, you have to understand there's also limited space in the property. Even though the place is huge, we can only have a certain amount of people.
Right.
We also want to weed out, the troublemakers and it's sad to say, and I don't want nobody to feel offended, but when you charge these cheaper prices, that's what's going to come with it. Not saying that everybody's like that, but we just have to make a smart decision and get a result really fast. And we figured that will be the best result. And that's pretty much what we came with, So, right. And you also have to remember, this is, this man lives there. He sleeps there. So we want people to respect him. We don't want burnouts. We don't want no trouble. We just want everybody to have fun, respect his property, respect his home, and see if we can do it again next year. But right. That's concept based on the pricing.
So that's pretty dope. You led kind of to my next question. Did you expect it to be an annual event?
Yes, man. We're gonna start. The plan is to do it annually, and even planning on. We've seen how big the dunk culture has gotten,
right?
And I personally don't see that it's working. A lot of people they feel self-entitled, and they position themselves. And there's a lot that goes behind that. Not saying that these guys don't deserve it.
Right.
Not organized how low riding is. Riding, we compete all year long, make these events, show up at these, we compete. The winners of those events go to the final at the end of the year in Vegas. At the end of the year, one guy's crowned. And there is no debate. You're holding the title for that year. So that's what we kind of want to do us with. See if we can get it to that point to where we have all these big names and all these big really compete, build your displays. Really, let's see what these cars are about. Let's really nitpick them the way that the lowrider guys nitpick them,
With lowriders, first of all, I grew up in Florida, so I'm a fan. I've always been a fan of dunks, right? So, because that's what we grew up seeing. But now that I talk to people like Avenue Convertibles, which is TJ, who's in the Lowrider Hall of Fame, I never knew that those lowriders costed that much. Like the detail they put in them, like it's crazy. TJ showed me some stuff when I was in Vegas, and I never seen anything like that. Not to mention they got a Lowrider Hall of Fame, and they get rings, and it's crazy.
No, and to me, the most detailed car in the world would be a low. When you're competing at that caliber that these guys, I don't go that far. I'm more street because I like to enjoy the street part of it. But there's these dudes that these guys are building masterpieces that it takes years for guys to build these cars and even to display these cars. It takes days for these guys to set up these cars. And when they compete at that level, bro, it's just insane, To me, Laura, if you ever want to compare a build and you want to study something, study a lowrider car.
Right.
go to a lowrider event and see how these guys are doing. You know.
Man. So questions in reference to pricing. I was kind of trying to break everything up in like stages. So someone asked, after the $750 for your car, does each additional car cost $250? And do those each additional cars come with tickets as well?
No. So it's $750 per car.
Right.
That includes two people. So it'll be the driver again. And I guess the additional car would also have to pay the $750, but then they'll get an additional two people to come in. So if you really break it down, you're just paying $250 for the car. But that's pretty much how we base it. But it's $750 across the board.
Okay, so $750 no each car, no matter how many cars you bring. Okay. So I saw that there were like, okay, so it's $250 just if you're coming in to be a spectator, and $50 for parking. So you're ending up paying $350. And after that, it's $750 for someone who's going to be in the show, and then they get 2 tickets. So if I bring 20 cars, I'm paying $750 per car.
But every car you get 2 passes for additional people.
Okay, so that makes sense.
And for
just want to make sure that
admission is $250 per person, but we're doing the indoor parking because of they won't rent us out the lot across the street, so they're gonna was if they park there. So we just a section, and we hired a valet company. So you just come in, and then they park your car, whatever, or you park it, but they're gonna charge a $50 fee, and you out of the house inside of the gate.
So I seen where I think it might have been you that said everything was going so fast in reference to selling the tickets. Are there only a few tickets left? What are you guys looking like on the ticket?
We did the first day was just extremely, like, we were like, bro, what the hell? Like, and we still have 60+ days to go. So we were encouraging, like, if it continues like this, bro, we might not have space. So I'm gonna actually fly up there probably next week, and we're gonna walk the property again and make little adjustments here and there. But we're gonna do a test. It's a lot of people, definitely. We already have I think we already passed 120 cars.
Wow. So 120 people already putting their cars in the show. That's not even including the spectators.
No, just cars alone. No.
Wow.
That's not including vendors. That's not including ticket sales. Nothing. That's just vehicles alone.
Wow. And then, not to mention, because are you gonna have some cars in the show?
I'm gonna display all of Ross's cars. Ross has, I would say, close to 100, if not more by now, cars that I have to set up for the show. So those are all set up. And then we have a bunch of celebrity cars that are coming as well. So make room for that as well. But just Ross alone, Ross alone could do a car show by himself. He doesn't really need nobody.
So you're going to be working a whole week just to set up?
Yeah, I'll be there like the last 2 weeks. I'm just going to be there nonstop, get everything ready. And also after party. We're doing after party in the house after the show's over. And then that's a $25 admission for that. Right. If you have a car in the show and you get the VIP thing, then that includes 2 people, the car, but they get the wristband to go to the party after the show's over.
That's with the $2,500? Okay. So sounds like you're going to be extremely tired after this is over.
Yes.
Someone asked, are you guys hiring, are you hiring staff for the show, or do you already have the staff covered?
Yeah, we have staff already. Yes, we have staff. We have off-duty police officers. We have what you call those people, like bathroom attendants and stuff.
Okay.
So we have bathroom attendants. We have all that stuff.
So everything is covered in that, in the employment manner.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I will be honest with you. At first, when I seen the car show coming, I was like, "Oh man, this is a lot. It's gonna probably be like 2,000-3,000 to get in." And I was thinking this in my head. I never said it out loud, but I'm thinking, "Oh my goodness,
It's
am
not,
I even gonna be able to go?" Well, I thought it was pretty dope that you guys did media. I don't know how the media is being handled. I thought it was pretty dope you did media. And I also expected it, and they're probably gonna kill me for this, but I expected like admission to be a little bit more, but I'm glad it's not.
that's what I said. I'm like, yeah, it's not really that bad when you. I don't know. Just to me, $250 to go to his house and hang out there all day, and you know, and he's gonna be there mingling with everybody. You know what are the chances of that happening? You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
and on him being on a relaxed environment. You know, so I think for 250 is pretty cool. If you
Someone asked, "Are you coming out with another run of Heartbeat of Miami shirts?"
Yeah, actually the website is done. I'm just finishing up the apparel. The website is theheartbeatofthesouth.com, and we should be launching it probably right after the show. But we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
have stuff on there, clothes, hoodies, hats, stickers, and I like to dabble with like CNC stuff. I like to make little weird intricate stuff that cars, you know. So I play with that, some of that stuff online and make custom stuff for the guys, you know.
Somebody asked, "What if you paid a 2,500 for the vending fee?" That just covers vending.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So I will tell you, I'm super excited as a female in the car culture. I have really been telling the guys, even the ones that may have said something about the price, if they're not going to bring their car, I was telling them this is a great networking opportunity. And
Correct.
so I dabble with not going, but I was like, I gotta go. It's a great networking opportunity. I have a show in the car culture, and I just feel like I need to be there.
I needed. I like in the beginning stages, but we have like big plans for this, you know, like very big plans for this. And I know every year the event is going to grow, and we're going to try to get these white companies to come and mess with us and see if we can get some of these guys sponsored, you know, and help these guys out. I think is worth it, you know. These companies are not going to come out for us, but
Right.
they'll come out for him.
Right.
Guys need to take advantage of that, you know, because they're already coming to mess with him.
Right.
Get in where you fit in. That's, you know, get in where you fit in.
It's funny you talked about sponsorship because you know what I told I told the guys not to play the female card too much. I don't like doing that. But I told the guys, I said, you know, it's really sad to me that some of you guys, when you are in the car culture, are sponsored, but there are very few girls in the car culture that are sponsored.
Yes.
There's like not even, I read the other day, it's not even 3% of the girls. And we build cars, we
Correct.
race, we do stuff. So that's further the reason why I definitely think a lot of the females should be there as well.
Correct. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what where do you see yourself, or where do you see because you said you retired, you said you wanted to do some other stuff, where do you see yourself in about the next 3 years?
Um, Relaxing in Dominican Republic or something like
You're too young to retire for real. You can't retire.
that. And I took a beating in my lifetime. I already worked. I done too much in this game. But now, like I said, my focus now is really pushing Ross into that automotive corporate world. You know, I understand the business, I understand the parts. Um, I think I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to cars. And I think I'm an asset to that. You know, so I think I can help him get these deals done. You know, and Ross is super busy. He has a lot of stuff going on, so it's hard to get him to focus on things. So it's pretty much we have to do it for him. Once it's ready to go, that he has to just come and put on the show, he comes and does that. So that's what I kind of want to just focus on and get him to that point. I see him like Shaquille O'Neal, you know?
Right. Someone asked what major companies will be at the show.
We got Billet Specialties. That was huge for us. I've been buying from those guys for 20 plus years. They're coming out, Corleone Forge, Amani Forge, Specialty Forge. We got the guys from the reps from Dayton. I don't know if they're gonna specifically set up a booth,
Okay.
but definitely the guys from Dayton will be there.
That's dope.
Oak Tires, they're coming out. Who else have I spoken to? I have a list of guys, but it's gonna happen, you know?
Right. Like I said, I think it's definitely something that's gonna be super big and super dope for the car culture. I'm excited. At first I was like, that's gonna be a lot. That's gonna be a lot. But when I started to see it unfold, I was like, I'm excited. I'm not that because I've in the past when it was in Evander's house, I've been there.
Oh,
But now I haven't seen it in years.
yeah.
You know, but it's totally different, like just from seeing the videos and seeing different things. How did the relationship come about with you and Ross?
But relationship is crazy. I used to when I first started, I would go to like video shoots. I would do like video shoots for free. So I would take cars and put them in the shoots, and I would just try to mingle with these artists and get my name out there. But Ross was different. Like the celebrities were always doing their thing, but Ross was always focused on cars. Every time you will see Ross at a video shoot, he was always staring at the cars. And the more time I ran into him, I started to notice that the only cars that he would really focus on were my builds. It was I would take, but he will always sit and look at my cars. One day, a buddy of mine called me, and he was, hey, Ross is checking for you. Just be on your P's and Q's. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. I'm thinking like the next day or 2 days or a week down the road, he was going to call me. I think it took like 4 years from when I had that conversation with my boy to when Ross called me. And one day I just picked up the phone. It was just him. And he was like, I got something that's going your way. I need you to take care of it. And it was from there on. And
how long ago was that?
That was like about 6, I would say like 7, 8 years ago. But we will see each other all the time. For years, we'll see Ross. I mean, for the last like 12, 13 years, I will bump into him at events here and there. Everybody knows everybody. So I'll see him, and dab him up and just keep it pushing. And then this was like 7.5 years ago, he reached out. And then I had an accident a couple years back.
Oh, wow.
And it was sad because I lost, I got betrayed by a lot of people. A lot of people turned their back on me, but he didn't.
Wow.
So he just always, even when we spoke after I woke up from the coma, he just said, yo, don't matter how long it takes, when you're ready, we get back on. And it took me like 1.5 years to get back, right again. And he sat and he waited for me. So I'll never turn my back on him,
You had a car accident?
No, I had a shooting. I got shot.
Oh, wow.
In a coma for a while. Yeah. Got shot 9 times with AK-47.
Wow.
Yeah, it was back in 2016. And then just a lot of bad stuff was going on.
Right.
And when I woke up from the coma, you come out and you start hearing these crazy rumors and like people just made their own, how the streets is.
Right.
But he never turned his back on me. And then,
wow.
We started, bonding better and kicking it better. And one day somebody sends me a record. I was in the hospital and somebody sends me a record and he shouts me out on the record.
Oh, wow.
The record the day I got shot. So we just started going from there, just stayed, rocking with him. And then I would go to Atlanta. And then he started taking me to Atlanta. He was like, yo, I need you to get away from Miami. You can do so much better here. And I was like, nah, ain't nobody going to run me from, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying home. And he would just constantly just call me and come to Atlanta. So I'll take off to Atlanta. The beginning, I will stay in a hotel. And one day I fly up there and he takes me to one of the rooms in the house. And he says, throw your bags there. So I'm thinking like, all right, he wants me to go do something. So I'm only just leave my bags there for now. When we finished doing what we were doing, he said, I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. If you want, just crash in that room. And I was like, shit, like you're gonna let me stay in your house. So that to me was a lot, like I got to fuck heavy to let you,
Right.
And especially what I had just went through.
Right.
Seeing that he did that, that's it. Like my whole perception of him really changed. There's no amount of money that would ever make me betray this man,
Wow.
Sure. So.
Well, first I want to say to you, I really am a firm believer in everybody doesn't call it God, different people call it different things. I call it God, right? So I really think, first of all, if you got shot 9 times, you're definitely here for a reason.
Reason, correct.
And then secondly, that should kind of say, and it says to me, what God got for you is for you. Can't nobody take that from you. It took the man 4 years to call you, but guess what? When he called you them 4 years, it's like my grandma always used to tell me when I was little, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Get ready. And I was ready. Like when he called, I was ready. Like it was the perfect car. It was a dream car to build. It was just perfect. It was the right client. It was just perfect. And it was just crazy. I learned to follow the signs. And between like him and Jay-Z, those are like my 2 favorite rappers, right?
Right.
And it was crazy. I still have the letter to this day. I had this guy from prison. I never met the guy, but he would send me letters, and the kid, amazing the way the kid drew. And in the front of the envelopes, he would draw Ross's face and mail me letters to talk to me in jail. But he would do art on the envelope. It was just fucking beautiful. And the shit dates back, I could tell you, that envelope gotta be from like 2013. That's how old it is. 2012, I can't remember. The guy sent me a couple of them. And I'm telling you, like, it was just destined. Like I said, bro, one day I'm going to build that man a car. And I always said it. One day I'm going to build that man a car. And and it happened. It happened.
I always tell people, and it took me a while. It took me to get older because I'm 44 now. So when I was younger, I didn't understand or believe in this. But I always tell people about the power of positive thinking, the power of speaking things into existence. Don't say you're having a bad day because you set the tone for your day. Whatever you speak over your life, and if you get up and actually put the work behind it, it's going to come. It might not come when you think it should come. Because like you said, it took you 4 years. In 2013, when that guy was sending you them letters, you didn't know it was going to take till 16 or whenever it took, but it did happen. And you actually got up and did the work. And the other thing is, you never know who's watching you. I tell people this all the time, so I'm going to tell you, I'll tell you off of here. But I have some stories about like people that have watched me, and I never knew they were watching.
Correct. You never know. I always tell that to everybody. You never know who's watching. And I always tell people, you always have to treat people, no matter how they look, how they dress, whatever you think their status is, treat everybody the same.
Right.
Treat everybody the same, because you just never know who you're talking to.
What? So after you came out of the coma, how long were you in a coma?
2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 months.
I know your family was flipping out.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. Well, like I said, you're here for a reason, so you gotta do something with it. Now that's why you talk about you gonna retire at 45.
He's like, yo, you got a story to tell, like, you got so much to do. And I just always kind of brush him off, like, yeah, whatever, There he goes again with his bullshit. But nah, like I believe it. Like I know that I have to do something, and it's gonna be something big, and it's gonna be something in the automotive culture, like whatever, huge.
You probably should write a book too. That's a dope. You got a dope story. Like you making me want to sit here and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you. This is a dope story.
If I tell you my life story, is like some shit out of a movie. Like
Really?
it's like it, like that. I gotta be lying, like type of shit. That's how crazy it is. Like my life.
Up in Miami?
I'm actually born. I was born in New York. Came here. My mom and my dad separated when I was like 13. So my mom moved us down here, and so I've been here ever since.
Mm.
And I've had it rough. You know, the same upbringing as everybody else. You know, my mom couldn't afford, you know, the good stuff, but we managed to get through. And I've made a good life for myself. You know, I have no education. I dropped out of school in ninth grade. You know what I'm saying? Education. Um, Everything I've learned is self-taught, and I've done well for myself. You know, I dabble in real estate. I have tons of businesses that I'm into that because of who I am, I can't even speak on it because I get too much hate, and it's sad. You know, so these people, there's a lot of people that mess with the stuff that I own, and they don't even know that I own it. But they won't mess with me with like, you know, with BTS, they don't mess with that because they know that, okay, that's him. They won't mess with me with that. But they'll go to my man, do something with him, and little do they know that I own that company too. Yeah, you know.
Why do you think is so much hate in I won't even say the car culture. I would say amongst us.
Um, I'm very competitive, so I believe that competitiveness is needed because I thrive on it.
Right.
But I don't wish nobody malice. I don't want to hurt. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I think, and now these guys also, they push the button too much. You know, these guys don't know how to keep it correlated. It's cool
Right.
to talk. Like, yo, let's, you know, we can talk shit. But, you know, I don't care where you live. I don't care what your bank account looks like. I don't care how you dress. That shit's irrelevant. Let's just keep it about the cars. We talk shit, fuck you, whoa, whoa, whatever. And tomorrow we'll see each other and we keep it pushing. But
Right.
these guys, nah, you know, they hate on each other so much. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. And there's enough room for everybody. Like I got guys that call me, I want to open up a restoration shop. I think it's a crazy, you know, I was like, shit, I wouldn't do it, but hey, I'm gonna help you if you guys need it. I'll give you advice. I'll tell you what to do, what to look out for, what not to look out for. Some of these dudes, they'll just let you fucking drown. They won't even do your fucking bone. But it's weird. It's just crazy how bad it is. And even now, like with this whole top five shit that's going on, I joke about it, you know, like I talk to all these guys. I'm cool with Cole. I'm cool with Rari, with Nav, all these guys, you know. But I joke about it, but I don't, you know, it's just fun. You know, I don't take it that serious. But these guys are just, these guys are going crazy with it.
Listen, man, listen. These boy, the top five is really showing you who wears a six in girls. And us as females,
Good, you know, being in competition with each other, I think is great because that elevates the sport. But damn, man, like it has to be a little bit more, you know, bro, we're peers, you know, we're peers. It shouldn't be like that. You know, we're supposed
right,
to out. Like with the lowrider guys, they're a little bit different. But right now I'm working on a personal car mine that I'm building. And I'm building the car with three guys from three different car clubs, you know?
right,
And it's not an issue. Like we all help each other. And even though we're right, they could be, you know, these car clubs, they all want to be on top. But bro, we help each other every day. And it's not
right.
why does the don't culture have to be like that? Why does it have to be so aggressive? Why does it have to be so bad intentions?
Well, I think a lot of it stems from it's bigger than the cars. For me, I'm not sure if you ever read the Willie Lynch letters,
No.
but a lot of us have the crab in the barrel mentality.
Correct.
It's like how when you drop crabs in the pot, if the ones that's out, the ones that's in the pot, trying to pull the ones that's
Down.
out of the pot back down, and that's just a sad situation for me. I grew up, well, as I got older, I knew that everybody needs everybody. Is TJ always says this is the Avenue convertible, and I respect him for this. He says there's no big I's and little U's.
Correct.
And that's super dope. As somebody like I said, I respect a lot of you guys. Somebody that I was talking to him never knew he was like the lowrider king in Vegas. Never knew he was in the Hall of Fame. Never knew he created the quarter window kicks.
Yes.
Never knew a lot of stuff. He talked to me just like
regular person.
Right.
The problem too with the dunk culture is that there's not history behind it. You know, it's been going on since the 50s. So there's great grandfathers that are still low riding today.
Right.
And great grandkids low riding. So it has family traditions and family values. The dunk culture doesn't have that yet.
Right.
It's so rare that you see a duo riding dunks together. You get to see it. So I think that's maybe a big part of it.
Right.
So maybe, it probably needs a couple more years to go, before you start seeing that. But I can name you a father and son duo in the dunk culture, or the G-body culture, whatever you want to call it. You don't see it riding, you see it all the time.
I think a lot of them are, I know some, but a lot of them, they don't choose to be on social media, because social media it's a blessing and a curse. And I mean, I know you understand what I mean, because a lot of times I'll just speak for myself. I kind of didn't know what I signed up for on social media. It's a bit weird sometimes, but then when you get so far in, you're kind of locked in. You don't have to get on social media, but your business is right.
Everything's based on social media nowadays.
Right.
I'm very not get on it and use it, but I don't know how to market myself like Dunkmaster. I have this conversation with him all the time. I'm like, bro, like, you're just good. You know how to market yourself. I'm proud of that guy. That guy, the conversations that me and that guy have is just amazing. He's about business, but he's learned how to use social media to his advantage, and he's built himself a serious platform just based off social media. But I don't have it. But
well, you kind of got to be like the president, right? The president is not the smartest guy in the world. You know why? You know what he does? He surrounds himself by the smartest people.
Correct.
So that's what I think we have to do. Like if you're not your strong suit, like say you like to eat, but your strong suit is not cooking, you got to hire a chef. You got to hire the best chef, right? So that may be what you need to do. I'm willing to help you. I'm on it.
Yeah.
I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready.
I'm learning how to do this. The other day I put up, when we first put up the car show stuff, I got, I mean, bro, it was just crazy, the messages and the phone calls. So I had to kind of make a video, and bro, no lie, it took me like 2 hours. I was just sitting there, push record, and my daughter's 11 years old, and I had to come and ask her, hey, I need you to come help me do this. Between me and her, we were able to figure it out, and it came out pretty good. But I'm learning how to do the phone stuff and speaking on the camera and stuff. You
sound like somebody granddaddy. You're too young to be talking about, I don't know how to do this. We're going to get you right, Freddie. I'm gonna help you. We're going to get you right.
Yeah, I need help with that. Like, I look at, to me, Two Fly, I super charismatic. I see him on the internet, and I just see him hosting something.
Right.
He's super funny. He's witty. He knows how to take control of the camera. And
right.
Dunkmaster has it too. They have that gift.
Right.
I just don't have it. I'm like, this is not my thing.
You got to surround yourself by the people that's gonna help you have it. How about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you know, like, these guys are super funny. They know how to pull it
Right.
off. But
So, in reference to the show, is there anything that you would like to tell the people that's coming to the show? Anything that you would like to say? What do you want us to know?
like I said, you know, this is gonna be the first event. We're also learning, you know, this is my first time doing it. I've been to a lot of shows, cool, but I've never done one. So I know that we're gonna make mistakes, but you know, we want to learn from them. And once again, it's gonna be a great event. You know, it's gonna be a lot of big guys there. Just general the car culture guys. A lot of them are coming. You know, some
Right.
oh you here? No, trust me, they're all coming.
And girls, Freddie.
And girls, yes. And um, so it's gonna be a cool vibe. We just worked out a deal with Rapstar Energy Drink. So they're gonna be doing the stage. They're gonna bring. I think they're booking like 36 new artists that are gonna perform. So that's gonna be cool. So even upcoming artists that want to sign up, go on Rapstar Energy Drinks page, and you guys can sign up there as well for that. And once again, man, I think it's just gonna be a cool event. It's not every day that you can go into this man's home and just walk around the yard and get to see this. Like when I first went there, it's impressive. It's impressive. Like there's nothing that I could tell you. They'd be like, bro, you just got to come see this shit for yourself. It was crazy. I just found a pool the other day. The last
You
time
what?
I found a pool. Like there was an additional pool that I never knew was there. And like I tell you, I sleep there.
Mm-hmm.
Just found the pool. I'm walking and I'm like, brother, why is there like a hole? And when I look, it was a pool. The house has an additional pool. Never knew it was there. I just found it.
Man, you gotta get out. You gotta get out more.
Yeah, I definitely need to get out more. But yeah, but it's a cool vibe, man. I think everybody should come out and I mean, $250 is not really a lot of money nowadays. It's really not a lot of money. But it's gonna be a great event.
So we touched briefly on the top 5.
Mm.
You know, I had at least maybe 20 questions asking what were your top 5.
My top 5, to me, top 5 would be J75.
Mm-hmm.
Jose from Infamous is 74, super clean. Let me think. Who else? My white 71 hardtop,
Okay.
China white. It's not mine. It's a custom of mine. That car. As far as a show and being a full show build, the 411 Paint Dong.
Okay.
That car's so ahead of its time. That car will be 10 years before a car comes out with what the car has.
Mm-hmm.
I will say Ferrari will be the next one.
Mm-hmm.
This car is gonna be something because it's the newer style, with the combinations and stuff. I see that's big. I'm not into that stuff. I like
Mm-hmm.
the less is more thing.
Okay.
Ferrari's car, I think, is gonna cost some hell. And Lace, another one that from Texas.
Yep.
Gonna put a dent in the game. Oh, the 71 from Atlanta. There's a burgundy 71 from Atlanta with the gold Daytons. It's burgundy. The guy that he painted inside of the floors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen that one that they took it to SEMA, I think.
I was at SEMA. I probably have. I just need to find it.
That car is, I mean, hands down, that car right there, it's out of control. Out of control, out of control. Serious, beautiful car. I think it's gonna be it.
So now you see they have started the top 5 on the box Chevys.
That's not my. I'm not even. I've never.
And Prezi,
Yeah,
is going crazy. He got his foot on their neck. Like I was watching it today. I was like, oh my God, they're crazy.
yeah. I seen him yesterday at race fittings, and when I'm pulling into the parking lot, my windows is up. I'm on the phone and the radio's up, and I hear him yelling because it's just loud, and he's there filming his 73 and pussy hole this and pussy hole that. I was like, yo, this fucking guy's crazy. But yeah, I heard about the box Chevy stuff. I'm not into it. I don't even think I've ever been in a box Chevy, to be honest with you.
Me either. He said, oh, it's Thurkel. Yeah, that's who I thought you was talking about. Thurkel. That's
Yeah,
his
yeah.
name.
That car, I haven't seen it in person, and I don't really believe in judging cars based off the internet because of
Right.
all that stuff. But that car right there, it's insane. I mean, insane. But
Wow.
hopefully, I get. He's coming out too. He's coming out to the show. He has
Right.
other cars as well. He's bringing out. I'm definitely looking to see that. To Curl.
So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to attending the show. I tell anybody, it's a great networking opportunity.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a great opportunity to come and like I was praying my car would be ready. It won't. But oh yeah, I know Ma's got a nice bird. I don't know if you know Maserati Kid. The car's named Anna Nicole.
It's like a what color is that one?
It's like a pearl white with a red top.
Oh yeah, that red anodized wheels.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is with those cars, you got to see them in person. So I can't.
Right.
It's hard. It's hard to see. The
Because I know we didn't.
only car that I say that I can base it off the internet will be that Burgundy 71. Like you know that car is immaculate, and I just look at the fit and finish. The way the car's put together. I don't care about the light color, all that. That to me is irrelevant. But just that car J75. I like plain cars.
Right.
Cars.
And then what people have to realize is too, the top 5 is based on your personal liking. It's not something that they like. Different people gonna like different things. Like you said, box Chevys. I don't like box Chevys. I call them police cars and taxi cabs.
Right.
But since I have been in the car culture, I have grown a respect for talking to people like Box Chevy World and Boost Doctor and Hensley. And a lot of those guys who have Box Chevys, I have respect for them. Now, would I ever have one or build one or no? I'm a G-body girl or a dump or something like that. So, but I have respect for them, and I definitely got to respect anybody who takes the time to build a car because it's not for the faint at heart.
No, man, it's a lot of dedication, a lot of frustration, a lot of late nights. That's what I don't want. I kind of dealing with the deadlines and I don't want to do that anymore. I want it to be like fun, how I used to. Like now I'm building this car and I'm building it in my buddy's little warehouse with $100 Husky toolbox kit. We're doing it for fun. And that's what I want again. I just want to enjoy doing it. I haven't done that in a while. It's probably the first car built in over probably 10 years. Easy. 10 years that I built the car.
10 years?
Out of the shop, cars come out, but those are my guys working on the cars. Me physically working on a car, it's very rare. I'll do something here and there. My inputs are in them, my input is in it along the way. But me turning wrenches and doing the work, it's been a minute, and I love doing it. Like the car that I'm building now, I enjoy it,
Well, I'm going to be a millionaire this year, so I could be able to get you to build on one of my cars. So, those were all of my questions. Is there anything else that you want the fans, followers, supporters, the people who attend the show to know before we go?
No, just May 21st, Rick Ross at the Promised Land Car and Bike Show. You know, it's going to be a great event. You know, a good networking event, and I hope that all you guys can come out. You know, I really, really would appreciate it.
Yep. So Freddie, I gotta tell you, I meet a lot of people in this car culture, right? But I'm one of those people that really believes in giving people their flowers while they are here.
Correct.
Ever since we were in talks about you coming on the show, that's one of the things that struck me when the first time we talked on the phone. I was like, you know what? He's not loud. He's not very, but he's so personable. And he talked to me like,
yeah.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like, so when I say, just from my experience with you, when you say you treat everybody the same, I'm not sure how you treat everybody else. And I wasn't with you shooting in the gym, and I haven't known you years, but you've really treated me well.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I can't say I get that from everybody in the car culture. So I appreciate you.
I think I'm in a position where I'm probably I'm probably the old guy in the game, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably the longest guy doing it. So I think it's my job now to help elevate the sport, whatever it is, whatever it is, whether it is giving advice to these guys, whatever I need to do, as long as these guys are doing it right and pushing the game forward, I'm gonna do it. I think it's my job to do it.
Right.
If it's me.
You said earlier you're 45 now, right?
Yeah.
Remember when we used to think 45 was old?
Gee. My daughter look at me, boy, like I'm an old man.
We sound like our parents now.
Yeah, we sound like our
parents. You better hope you live to be my age.
Tell you, I do the stuff that I've done in the 45 years.
Well, Freddie, everybody, I've seen a lot of people saying they'll be at the show, so we'll get to see you. We'll get to see you at the show on the 21st. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. And yeah, I think it's gonna be super, super epic. That's my opinion.
That's the plan. Let's see how it turns out.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Bye.
All right. Have a great day. So, guys, if y'all missed any of today's episode of Rydes and Vybes, it'll be uploaded on the YouTube channel in about the next 30-45 minutes. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you click the link in the bio and subscribe. Today's episode of Rydes and Vybes was sponsored, of course, by the Rick Ross Car Show at the Promised Land May 21st. Also sponsored by Green's Cuisines. Y'all make sure y'all go follow them on Instagram. It's Green's Cuisines. They have like the best candy grapes ever. So if you guys have never tried their candy grapes, they're super good. You can usually catch them at any of your local races or car shows or any of those things. Make sure you go and follow them on Instagram. Also, I gotta say, I appreciate you guys continuing to tune in week in and week out to Rydes and Vybes. We're coming up on our 3-year anniversary. I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do for the 3-year anniversary. I think it's gonna be epic. I'm gonna try and make it epic. And yeah, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Oh, also, to the people that purchased the badges today, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank y'all so much. I want you guys to know you guys are the real MVP. There's no Rydes and Vybes without you all. Also sponsored by the Crab Trap House. It's coming soon in Forest Park. It's a seafood restaurant. So also Cars Under Price. Make sure you guys follow the Crab Trap House and Cars Under Price, Green's Cuisine, and make sure you follow the Rick Ross Car Show. That's our time for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you click the link in the bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 7 p.m. We're going to start the Comedians in the Car Culture Month next Tuesday. So y'all know we're starting off with T-Sleeves. T-Sleeves is so crazy. I cannot wait for us all to laugh next month. April is my birthday month, so it's going to be super epic. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank y'all for tuning in to Rydes and Vibes.